Hey guys, this is a Fanimation Palisades. I've wanted one of these for a while, definitely since I started working with Fanimation, and probably before then. When I was a kid, I saw the three-bladed version hanging in the Dan's Fan City in St. Paul, that later became Great Fans, and I did a video of. I've been trying to buy one of these for a while, but I didn't want to pay a whole lot for it, so I've been making people offers, and my offers kept getting rejected, and then this one popped up on the local Craigslist this morning for a price lower than what some of my offers have been, and sent him an email, and it was mine within a couple hours. So the palms aren't in great shape, and I'm not crazy about the finish, at least not together. I like the bronze with the dark blades, and then I like the palms with the lighter finish, but the contrast for me doesn't work for this particular one. But still pretty cool. Glad to have it. If I hang it anywhere, I might replace them with the dark colored wicker palms. It's from 2004, hanging on a non-original downrod there. Here's the original downrod. It's 6 feet long, and the mounting bracket is there. I love that mounting bracket is very similar to the early Casablanca mounting brackets. Not the early Casablanca brackets around the gear-driven, belt-driven fans. Those were a lighting bracket, but the brackets they used on the first K63 and K55 fans are very similar to this, so I like that that design was recycled. So, yeah, I feel like an idiot because I've seen 100 of these Palisades, maybe more, and never noticed that one set of blades is pitched differently than the other one. So, I didn't notice that until I was putting the blades on, and I put one blade on the wrong end, and it was like, this blade is facing the other direction. And come to find out, they both channel the air inward, and then it's supposed to go downward. I didn't know that. I assumed they both blew out. So that's a cool learning experience for me, but I do feel a little dumb. So we got the control that came with it here. It says amp and a quarter. It also says max load is 5 amp. And it says it's 25 microfarad. I don't have a working capacitor meter. I ordered another one since mine stopped working. So we'll compare it to the Decade box and see how close it is to 25 with this. So let's give it a shot. Let's start with the Fanimation branded control on low. 1.02 amps. This is definitely the biggest fan I've tested up here, but not the most powerful. I think the most powerful is either the 60-inch leading edge that's now in the garage, or Sidewinder. I don't know which of those actually wins in terms of air movement. Probably the leading edge, come to think of it, but okay. Then might as well go to high. We'll see high plenty of times. Now I was noticing when I was putting it together that the bearings in both of these motors are very rough, but they don't sound like it when they're assembled. And I've never had a fan that's as new as this, 10 years old, that's had bearings this bad, even if it's been used constantly. So I'm wondering if it's something about being horizontal, because I know they use good bearings in these. Uh-oh, my amp meter. .55. Starting to give a low battery signal, but that's a fairly new battery, so I'd be surprised if the battery actually goes out. If it does, I'll have to start the whole video over again. Okay. So we tried it with the control. It was 1.02. Next up, let's try it with the Decade box. Okay, that was me just cycling through all the caps. 1 microfarad, 0.04. 2 microfarads, 0.09. I guess I'll keep it over here. 3, 0.14. 4, 0.2. 5, 0.25, 6. We get a little movement, but not enough to go all the way around. 0.31, 7, 0.36, 8, 9. Still nothing on that end, which is interesting. 10. 11. 12. 13. Wonder why this one's spinning so freely and that one's not. 14. 15. 16. There we go. That is 16 microfarads drawing 0.71 amps. I'm going to drop it back down to, like, let's say 12 and just see what happens. Seems like one of those blades must be a lot heavier on that one because it's having trouble getting over. Let's drop back to 10. Okay, let's go back to 16 because we knew 16 was enough to get going. 17. 0.75. 18. 19. 19 is 0.83, by the way. 20 is 0.87. 21 is 0.9. 22 is 0.93. 23 is 0.97. 24, 1.0. 25, 1.03. So yep, 25 on just about on the nose. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to see, is 25 really that different from 15? Not really. 25 is more steady, but in terms of the actual speed, let's go back. Here's 25 again. It's not a huge difference, it's just that it's steadier. So it looks like they picked that value pretty strategically. 26, 1.06, 27, 1.09, 28, 1.11, 29, 1.14, 30, 1.16, 31, 1.16, 32, 1.18, 33, 1.2, 34, 1.22, 35, 1.23, 36, 1.25, 37, 1.27, 1.28, 39, 1.3, 40, 1.31, and high. Okay. Let's go to the solid state control. 1.13. 1.2, excuse me, at 1.13, 0.13, 0.2, that's 0.27, 0.29, 0.3, 0.31, 0.32, 0.33, 0.39. Just slowly inching it up. 0.45. We're up to 0.6 now. Okay, we'll count 0.6 as a starting point for both motors. Eighth of a turn, 0.75. Eighth of a turn, 0.98. Eighth of a turn, 0.22. Not too bad for noise. Okay, let's go back. Go to high. Let's walk around. We didn't do that yet. If I stand right here in between, I do get quite a lot of air. That's actually quite surprising. Let me sit right here in between. It's about the same. I'm scared I'm going to get hit by it. It won't hurt me, but it would be bad for the blades. Not getting a whole lot from it out here. Yep, so you have to be pretty much below it or beside it on this side to feel the air. And the only reason I'm probably feeling it here is because of the floor. It's quite strong here. For those who haven't taken a close look at it, it's just a regular K55 in there. Rated at 2 amps. These are very cool. Yeah, I'm surprised at how much air that moves right here. I'm surprised at how slow these K55s go at full without overheating. Because this is quite a considerable load on them. Not in weight, but in wind resistance. Okay, well, we've seen the Palisades extensively. I think I've covered as much with it as I can. If anybody has any requests of anything to try, let me know. Otherwise, this will be the video. Power off again. Yeah, that's 10 microfarads. 20. Is not bad, it's just not as steady. 30. High. I think if I were going to make a 4-speed control for it, that's what it would be. It would be a 10, 20, 30. Let's duplicate the Fanimation control. Here's 25. There's high. So there is a noticeable difference. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'm tempted to stick these brackets on an Islander. I have a reverse pitch Islander. Are they adjustable? No, somebody told me they made some adjustable ones. These aren't adjustable.